Hi everybody, I am Chavi. Welcome back to my channel Chavi's Notes. So today I have brought a very interesting question for all of you. So the question is, can a HIV positive person or a HIV positive patient marry? Can he marry someone if a person is HIV positive? Can he marry someone? Yes or no? So let me first explain it through a case law. So the case is Mr. X versus Hospital, that very famous case. I hope you all are aware about this case. So this case law is Mr. X versus Hospital Z. The facts of this case runs as that there was a blood sample which was taken by respondents of the appellant. So there was a blood transfusion which was going to take place. Just because of that, a blood sample was taken of the appellant by the respondent hospital. Then what happened later on, when the blood sample was taken of that appellant, that person, he was found to be HIV positive. Then later on, when the hospital informed regarding this HIV positive patient to his family, somehow this news went to the girl's family. Which family? The fiance of appellant. So somehow this news that the person is HIV positive, that the Mr. X is HIV positive, somehow this news went to girl's family, that is the fiance of Mr. X. The name of that girl was Mr. A. Suppose the name of that girl is Miss A. So now what happened when this news went to girl's family? The marriage of this appellant was called off. Then later on, that Mr. X approached the court and he said that my fundamental right of privacy has been infringed by the hospital. There were no one to disclose this to anybody else. Now, could you predict what would be the decision of the court? Was the court in favor of the appellant or the respondents? What do you think? Okay, pause the video and think and analyze yourself what will be the answer or what will be the judgment of this case. Okay, now let me tell you what the court actually held. So the court held that, so basically what was the issue in this case? The issue in this case was that there was two rights which were in question. The first right was that the fundamental right of privacy of what? Mr. X. So the first issue was that the fundamental right of privacy of Mr. X and fundamental right of informed consent of Ms. A were in conflict. They were in dispute. So this was the main issue. So the main issue, let me repeat it once again. So the main issue was whether we would give weightage to fundamental right of privacy of Mr. X or fundamental right of informed consent of Ms. A. What do you think? So in this case, court held that we would give weightage to the latter right. What is right? That is the fundamental right of informed consent of Ms. A. Why? Because this HIV is a very dangerous disease, and this is such a disease which would anyway affect the girl when they would marry. This is such a disease which would anyway affect girl. So that's why court held that in this case we would give weightage to the fundamental right of informed consent of the girl. So here the respondents, the hospital, they were not found to be held to be guilty. Here the court held that no, if such a situation arises, where this is such a dangerous situation, where such a dangerous disease is there and the other person's health is also going to get affected, then those circumstances will not say that there is an absolute right of the hospitals to not disclose. No, we will not say that here the absolute right is there. No, hospitals are bound to disclose this information because this disease would anyway going to affect the life, the health of the girl. So this was what the court held. Now coming back to the question at hand which I asked you, the question was, can HIV positive person marry? If a person is HIV positive, is his right to marry suspends? What do you think? So in this case, according to the facts and circumstances of this case, as the appellant didn't disclose this information to her fiance, so here the court anyway held the appellant liable for the same. But the court held that we are not saying that we'll suspend this right to marry of a person who is HIV positive. No, we are not saying that. But that person can marry only on those circumstances where this person has given an informed consent. So here I am repeating this concept once again. I am not saying that the right to marry is suspended of a HIV positive person. The only thing is that the person who is going to get married and he is aware that yes, he is HIV positive and he is aware that yes, he is suffering from such a disease, in those circumstances, he must give informed consent to the other party. If the other party is ready, then no problem. Let me repeat it, let me translate into Hindi. So अगर हम बात करते हैं कि HIV पॉजिटिव पर्सन क्या शादी कर सकते हैं, येस और नो, सो आंसर इसका यही होगा कि देखो, कोर्ट ने चलो इसमें जो है जो एपेलेंट है उनको जो है गिल्टी माना कि आपने जो है बताया नहीं है, इसलिए उनको जो है आईपीसी के प्रोविजंस होते हैं 269 और 270 जो आईपीसी के सेक्शंस है उनके अंडर जो है उनको गिल्टी उनको माना गया है, उनको जो है गिल्टी माना गया है, बेसिकली पनिशमेंट दिए उनके अंदर. वाई? बिकॉज उन्होंने जो है डिस्क्लोज नहीं करी थी ये इन्फॉर्मेशन अपने स्पाउस को, अपने फियांसे को. सो इसलिए उनको जो है गिल्टी माना गया कि आप HIV पॉजिटिव थे, आपको पता था, आपके साथ ये डेंजरस डिजीज़ है, उसके बावजूद भी आपने इस बात को छुपाया, सो दैट्स वाई यू आर गिल्टी. अब बात आती है कि क्या हर एक इंसान जो HIV पॉजिटिव हो के ज़िंदगी में कभी शादी नहीं कर सकता? सो द आंसर इसका है कि जी नहीं, ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. वो शादी कर सकते हैं. हम ये नहीं कह रहे कि HIV पॉजिटिव पर्सन जो है बिल्कुल कभी शादी ही नहीं कर सकता. नो, ही कैन डू इट फ्रीली, बट कंडीशन ये रहेगी, क्लॉज यही रहेगा कि जो भी HIV पॉजिटिव पर्सन है और वो अवेयर है दैट ये अवेयर ऑफ दैट डिजीज़, उसको पता है कि मेरे डिजीज़ है, तो उसको क्या करना पड़ेगा, उसको जो है इन्फॉर्म कंसेंट देनी पड़ेगी अपनी फियांसे को, जो भी उनकी जिससे उनकी जो है शादी होने वाली है. सो यही है कि हम ऐसे नहीं कह रहे हैं कि किसी पर्सन का जो है राइट टू मैरी सस्पेंड हो जाता है. नो, राइट टू मैरी इज़ नॉट सस्पेंडेड. द ओनली थिंग इज़ कि आपको जो है इन्फॉर्म्ड कंसेंट देनी पड़ेगी, जिससे भी आप जो है क्या कर रहे हो, शादी कर रहे हो. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. आई होप द आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन विच आई आस्क्ड इन द starting of this video is clear to all of you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.